First off, I want to thank Emmett and his fiancee Sarah as well for hosting. Grateful to Emmett, Ward, Aaron, Peter, David, Chelsea, and everyone else involved in planning this great celebration. I'd like to acknowledge my wife Sarah and our 3 boys here, Charlie, Will, and Jack. Also my dad's sisters, my aunts, Gloria and Kathy, and their respective families. My mom's family, the Ritters, and the Lovedays who are here, who are like a second family for me growing up. So for the collective group, thank you all for being here. Your love and support for him means so much. As I look out, I see some familiar faces and many new ones. To Grant's fun and point, I may know you as some of the inappropriate nicknames my dad may have gave you, which is always awkward of what to say as a follow-up. But a special thanks from deep down my heart goes to Stuart, Bill, Ward, David, Steve, and Kent, along with everyone else who reached out or helped during my dad's final months. Your efforts were crucial for his peaceful end of life. Today I want to honor my dad and share some personal stories to show another side to him, the family man. My parents were only married a few years and funny enough met on the racquetball courts. Growing up, I'd visit my dad and my extended family during school holidays and summer breaks. My dad would always make sure we'd spend time with my grandpa Max, his father, while spoiling me with fun activities. From an early age, my dad was my hero, a former professional athlete. He was charismatic, popular, funny, and incredibly smart. Despite facing some personal challenges, he was clean and sober from the time I was 10. Those were formidable years that brought us closer together. Although not part of my daily life, because we lived separate, we talked regularly, and he would help me with my homework. I remember I would tell him some vocabulary words, and he'd provide the definition and put in a sentence for me to complete my assignment without ever having to look up the word. His temperament was a perfect balance to my world at home. I fondly remember him teaching me to drive one summer in San Diego, humorously reminding me one can go a long way without being honked at. This was right after I got honked at twice. He brought it up constantly thereafter. Our relationship grew as I chose to come here for college. We lived together from age 18 to my late 20s. Our relationship would evolve over time, and he was one of my best friends, if not my best friend. Though we were going in different directions, we spent significant amounts of time together, such as golfing. We played in the Coronado Men's Club and even in a few paddleball tournaments together. I loved playing with him. Maybe even more so, I loved the post-match breakdown conversations to follow. Ultimately, he was the best man in my wedding. Though he was sober during those years, I was fresh out of college. It wasn't always. He managed to maintain his sobriety, and he would even surprise me some nights when I came home in the early morning after the bars. I'd hear him yell out from his room, "Denny's!" And we would head out for breakfast at 2 to 3 in the morning. He'd always have a tea, and we'd watch people and BS. He was consistently encouraging and supportive, with the unique ability to make others feel special and seen. His dynamic personality allowed him to connect widely, evident by the incredible turnout today. He taught me to make decisions independently, pushing me to learn from both successes and failures. His own battles served as lessons on perseverance and resilience, along with what could happen if you veered off course. Diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2013, he faced the challenge head-on, maintaining his zest for life while returning to golf and paddleball despite the toil of the illness. As a grandparent, known affectionately as Grandpa Charlie, he delighted in family visits, watching sports with us and supporting our sons at their games. He loved them, and they knew how proud he was of them. He loved to spoil our boys on shopping trips to Target, giving them singles so he could play liar's poker with them, or taking them to pitch and putt golf. In fact, he was the first to let my eldest son Charlie drive a golf cart, which at slow ramming speed hit a tree. And they both just laughed it off. After his racquetball career, he became a successful lawyer, known for taking cases on for those less fortunate or an underdog. He was the people's champ, always willing to bring a legal fight for the have-nots. In his generous nature, he often supported others, whether helping individuals maintain sobriety or giving to those in need. His empathy came from knowledge of their challenges firsthand, and he frequently offered help to the homeless during our outings. He even had a license plate that said, named Bum Fighter. He would consistently stop while walking or at a gas station to give help. He'd give homeless whatever was in his wallet, $20 to $100, buy them a carton of smokes or some sodas. Similar to Grant on the early morning O-Darks, I got to experience a lot of those, and on our early morning drives to the golf course, he'd stop at a gas station around 5 a.m. because my dad didn't grocery shop, so there was nothing in his house. So he'd stop in the early morning for his Mountain Dew, and the joke would be as the people would come in, you would hear this, "Caw-caw!" And the homeless would basically get in line waiting for my dad to give out money to each person. He was very special in that way. His religious faith was evident throughout his life, from Catholic grade schools to the University of San Diego. Though he did not practice regularly, he had numerous Bibles he would read and would go to church with my family and his friends whenever invited. My dad's health suffered over the last years and declined rapidly over his final months. He was in significant pain. He was visited by many here leading up to his passing and knew how much love and support he had from family and friends. I'm grateful that Sarah and I were able to be there when he passed. I'm proud to call him my dad. He was my hero no matter his flaws or his strengths. He was talented athletically and intellectually, but his personality is what set him apart. He lived a full, exciting life. Though he may be the biggest personality in the room, he wanted his friends to be part of the fun. He lived for the moment, and he lived on his terms. I will miss him, but believe he's in a better place and no longer in pain. I can see him looking down proudly on this celebration, and while also patiently waiting for his chance to take over this mic. So I thank you all for being here, and the respect for his remarkable life and just what all you meant to him. So to Charlie we say,
we thank you, Charlie, and we celebrate your life.